Good morning, my stamping friends. It is Tammy with Stamp and Scrap Tammy with our weekly Facebook Live. If you are watching live, it is February 11th. If you're watching the replay, that is when this had taken place originally. So I'm going to check and make sure we're here and say hello to everybody. Make sure you say hi if you are here as well. It always helps me out when you do that. Oh, and there my volume is. Okay, awesome. It seems like... Oh, my mouse isn't working though. Okay. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. If this came up for me like the first time, that never happens. All right, so today I have got probably the cutest project we have made in a long time. No, last week's was cute too. Anyway, they're all cute. However, it is adorable. It's a fun fold. It is like a stepped up project. So if you are getting my tutorial of the week, sent out on Tuesday. So Tuesday tutorial gets emailed out. This is a project that was emailed. So if you saw it, it is a wow project. And I have got to thank my friend Patsy Wagner for the project. She is who shared it with me. So quite amazing, Patsy. So thank you. And that's what I'm going to share with you today. So it is really a wowzers, but it's very simple. So I will take you step by step today on how to do that. If you're not on my tutorial of the week yet, get signed up right now. I'm going to share a link after the video's over up on top here. And so like the post, comment on it so that when I post that, it'll pop back up for you. And then you can subscribe to my email list. And I'm going to share this week's tutorial from Tuesday tomorrow again. So I always share 2 new tutorials every week. So tomorrow's email will be a bonus. There'll be 2 tutorials in there because I will reshare Tuesdays because we're sharing it today and maybe you missed it and you want to see it and it's really great. So that's what's going on here. And gosh, I don't know. I think we're just going to get right to it. I'm going to have a sip of coffee. As you can see, my energy is pretty high today. I'm pretty excited to share this with you. And, you know, I have got all kinds of stuff to share. Like, oh, you know what? Before I move this camera down, I don't know if I pointed that out last week. Oh, it got a little messy. There's a couple stamp sets I just got new. But take a look, everybody, at this nice area over here. Allison, my daughter, recolor coordinated all my ink pads. And then my downline, Sherry Fellman, shout out to her. She's from Barn Door Crafter. She put all my stamps in alphabetical order at the retreat, and they are still in alphabetical order. Isn't that outstanding? Now, if I could just lure her over to my house, maybe she's not watching and I could do this for real, but now she's going to know. Someone's going to tell her. I could lure her over here and she could alphabetize my dies. Or like, I don't know if you can really alphabetize those, but maybe she could organize them for me. That would be something. Anyway, so don't tell her if you see her that I'm going to do that one of these days. All right, so there we go. As you see here, I have our monthly calendar. This is also shared in the email, but I thought I'd give you a glimpse at it. Now, yesterday was our last day to sign up for all occasions class. It is this class coming up, but guess what? I looked at my link and registration closes tonight at 10 o'clock. So my event registration is open until 10. I will share that in the comments as well. It is quite the class. I'll give you just a glimpse at it because the cards that I shared in the picture of the promotional stuff for that are not quite done. I mean, they're like almost done, but not quite. So quite the class though. It is almost full, but registration does close solidly. I don't know if that's a word, but for sure tonight at 10 p.m. regardless, because I have to get ready for it. And let's see, I'm going to talk about, Sunday is our next final sign up for our Zoom stamping event, which is the following Sunday. And it'll be a nice, simple stamping class. It is using this stamp set here that I'm using today, the Happy Thought. So as you can see, you don't have to have the stamp set to take part in that class. It'll be all the consumable supplies and cards to make 8 cards. So 4 designs, 2 of each, and I will send them to you. So I'll also share that in the weekly email. It's in there too. So some great things coming up. And then, so Dragonfly garden class. So this is the glimpse of it. This is the card we made last week. I will have everything cut, scored, very simple to put together. And then these cards, so 2 of them I'm casing. One of them is from, and I'm not going to show you it all completely because it's not completely done. Colleen Casio, I believe is how you say that. And then Lisa Schultz is the other one. So here's the glimpse, the little sneak peek. I don't want to ruin all the fun for everybody. So I am really excited about this class. And today's was actually supposed to be this set. I was going to show that today, but you know what I did? What I do, and I'm happy that I can do this. I borrowed out the stamp, and she's not bringing. I told her not to bring it back till Friday, so because I didn't need it yet. But I didn't think about that. I was maybe going to use it today. So at 10 o'clock today, I just thought, let's show something else. We'll do the same exact project, but in a different pattern. So if you look at the tutorial of the week, you're going to see one thing, which is so great. And then today's, let me see if I have it here. Okay, here it is. All right, so this is the card that I shared in the tutorial of the week, and I was going to make it just like that. It's beautiful, but guess what? I didn't have the stamp set, so I couldn't do that. It wasn't going to happen. So what I decided to do is go ahead. I'm going to use this one for my sentiment, the happy thoughts. Let's say just stamp set of the month for me. And then let's get that calendar out of the way. And then I'm going to bring in the celebration paper, Flower in Fields Designer Series. You can get this free with a $50 order right now. And are you ready? I'm going to give you a glimpse of this, and then we will go step by step through how to do this. And I assure you, if I can do this starting at 10 o'clock this morning and having it ready to go by 10:45, you can as well. Isn't that beautiful? So this is, I used the same concept the other day with these daisies because I love this Flower in Fields paper. And this is one of those cards, and especially, you know, so I said if you put this many gems on a card, this is for like a 5-star friend. I don't know, if you make them a fun fold like this might even be a 10-star friend. So this is like the card for your very best stamping friend that you want to get, because then they can set it down. It sets up nice. All right, so let's get started. I will go through step by step. Wish me luck as we start here. I see there's a bunch of you watching, so thank you very much. I do have Prize Patrol linked to our Wednesday at 11 Facebook Live. So if you would like, share, comment, I truly appreciate that. And then you'll be entered for Prize Patrols. I send them out about every month. So I have got Prize Patrols waiting on my board here for Susan. Susan, I don't know how to say your last name, but Susan Slitz, I think it is. I could spell it, but I can't say it. And then Cindy Beckwith. You guys were the last 2 weeks winners. And so I will get something sent out within the next few weeks. I just do them all in a group, you know, every so often I'll send them out. I just keep post-its, so I keep track of it for you. All right, who is ready to get started? I certainly am. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I'm in the right spot. I know that. Oh, my volume, I turned it up again. I had to switch mouses for my computer. The other one, I don't know. I took it to the hockey tournament over the weekend, and I had to leave it in the car while we were at the game before we came home, and I don't know. I put new batteries in and everything, but I think, seriously, I think it just froze up and it's done. So if you don't live somewhere cold, be thankful this week. It is going to be like 22 below on Saturday with a wind chill of like 30 or 40. It's just absolutely crazy. And it was pretty cold last week. All right, so who is ready? I am ready. Let's go. All right, so first of all, let's go with our card base. So here's our card base. It is going to be 4.5 by 10.5. So standard base basically, and then you're gonna cut a 1/2 inch off. So 4.5, here, you probably wanna see that. I got my measurements all going all willy wonky here. So 4.5 by 10.5 is our card base. That's what we're gonna start with. And I'm gonna set this card in front of me so I can have a little guide. So this is getting a little out there. Next week, you know what? I'm gonna do simple stamping next Wednesday. Like, it's probably gonna be cardstock and a stamp. There's gonna be nothing else after a crazy 2 weeks of fun folds is what we've got going on now, which is not very typical for me. So this is a little bit wild, let's just say. All right, 4.5 by 10.5. I'll go through these, you know, somewhat slow for you. So if you want to write them down, you can. But remember, these are all shared in the tutorial of the week from Tuesday. Also, I will share them with you in tomorrow's email. All right, so we're gonna flip this. We're gonna have our Simply Scoring tool, Simply Scoring board. And now here are the scoring measurements. Let me make sure that you can see them. So this is something, if you wanna write them down, right now would be a great time to do that. Or take a screenshot, whatever works for you. I'll make sure they're over far enough. And then I'm gonna score, and just so I can see them too. So a little bit twofold there. All right, so I'm gonna score at, I'm gonna move that up a little bit so you can get a nice view of that too. We're gonna score at a 1/2 inch And even a bonus today, I have my actual stylus. There is a stylus on many of my Take a Pic tools because this one always goes missing, but somehow it always shows back up. All right, so we have a 1/2 inch, and then we're gonna go 1 3/4 of an inch and 3 3/4 of an inch. And one more score on this is going to be 5. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this right on my scoring board right now. And this helped me keep track of my pieces. Next, I'm going to add a piece of the Designer Series paper. You can pick any Designer Series that you'd like. And one piece I'm gonna have is gonna be 4 by 4. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to adhere that. I'll use my Stamp and Seal Plus. Now, if you had more space that you were working with, of course you could pull this off of here, but I thought it was very easy to keep my visual of this, just doing it right here. And so I'm gonna put that towards the top, leaving about 1/4 of an inch around each side. So it's not gonna butt up to this score line just yet. This is gonna be the top of our card. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to flip my base here, okay? And then I'm gonna add another piece of Designer Series, but now I wanna switch it up and put the back side of it. So I'm gonna have 2 different patterns on the front of my card. Of course, you could certainly pick a different pattern if you'd like. This is just what I chose because I thought how great. 1 sheet of paper, I can use both sides. I know they're coordinating because that's how it works. And what I'm gonna do with that, it looks like the video shows very well the score lines here. So I have the 1/2 inch and then I got the next section. 3rd section is where I'm going to place this. All right, and for, let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave this on here right now because I do have one more piece I need to score. And so now what I'm gonna do, so it's gonna be ready to assemble as long as I have it in this place, I'm gonna go ahead and put my tear tape right here. And that's the only adhesive I need on this. So as long as I fold up my score lines properly and put this on there right away, everything is going to be going the right direction. So this is step 1. I don't know, how many steps did I do there? Maybe 4 or 5, but this is the best place to start with this. So this is gonna be ready to go. The next piece that I have to score, and then I can remove my scoring board, is going to be another coordinating piece. I use the same color as my base for this. Of course, you can switch that up if you would like. The cut on this is 3 by 5 3/4. And then I will again set this over here. So if you would like to write down the score measurements, I have my very formal Post-it note with my Sharpie so that it would be nice and bold for you to see. All right, and so this is gonna be scored at a 1/2 inch. And then 1 3/4 of an inch. Okay, and I will remove that now. And now I'm done with the scoring board. Okay, so I know this is gonna be the top of my card. And so what I need to do is I just need to fold all of this up. So you can score on all of those. You can use your bone fold to give it nice creases, and that's gonna help it sit really nice and sturdy. This is going to fit in a standard envelope. And there we go. So now you see how easy that is to fold up. And when I adhere it, what I'm gonna do is adhere it, let me show you here, to the bottom of that Designer Series paper. So it's nice and easy to line up so that we know exactly where we wanna be. So I'm gonna say it again. So we are thanking Patsy Wagner for this card idea. Patsy's a wonderful demonstrator. She, I was lucky enough to sit with her on one of the trips. So like every night we got to have dinner together. So we got to know each other pretty well. And she invited me into this sharing group of projects. I think she thought maybe I was like a fancy stamper. Now, of course, we all know that I am able to do some fancy stamping. I just don't too often. Oh, looks like I need to put that up just a little bit. I was a little bit too low on that. Let me see. I can, oh, nope, I'm not gonna fix it. Tear tape is there. So maybe just go, you wanna go up just a smidge on there. I think I got just a smidge too low, but that's okay. It's still gonna work out great. I'll just rescore these a little bit. There we go. See, we're good. It's gonna stay. Perfect. All right, and so then next, so this piece is pretty much done. And next what we have is what's gonna be the front of our card. So this is a fun piece. This is a piece that we're gonna decorate. I'm gonna do kind of the same on this one, where I'm gonna put my adhesive on right away so that it doesn't get mixed around. So my adhesive is gonna go on this spot. And this is going to be my front. All right, so there we are. And so what I really enjoyed with this paper, this designer series, is using the, is it Shaded Spruce, I think is what this is called. And I used the Ornate Floral embossing folder. I was reaching for my Tasteful Touches, my very favorite, but I decided I would switch it up today and I would go with the Ornate Floral because there are these, oh, excuse me, there are these cute little flowers in here too, along with the daisies that I'm gonna use today. But that's, I thought, let's switch it up. Let's go a little wild today since this is a little bit wild of a card idea for me here today. And we'll get that adhered. And next I'm gonna add my very favorite ribbon. Of course, I didn't use my favorite embossing folder today, so I'm going to use my favorite ribbon. It is the end of it, so I had to even grab another one so I could tell you what the name is. Polka Dot Tulle Ribbon. This is in the annual catalog. This is a very neutral ribbon. If you don't have a coordinating color to add, it's a wonderful one. And you know, with our Stamp and Blend markers, you can color this any color you want. That goes for any of our ribbons you can color with the Stamp and Blends. And so let's just even this out a little bit. I'm gonna have a nice fluffy bow because, you know, I'm gonna have all those gems on there. So I probably gotta throw a little extra postage on this card anyways. So let's just add a nice fluffy bow as well. Or this would be a great one to add to a package or an in-person thing. Speaking of packaging, you know what I have to make today? I couldn't even believe this. This is silly. Or it's not silly, but you know, so I've kind of, with not having all the in-person school all year long, kind of out of the realm and out of thinking what's going on, out of the loop. And Brody got a thing home in 5th grade. He's a 5th grader. They do a big Valentine party. So just the other day, of course, the note was buried in his backpack. We have to make a Valentine box. Now, how interested do you think Brody is in making a Valentine box? And then we have to make some Valentine treats. Of course, he's home today on a distance day, but he has no interest in doing it. So I haven't decided if we're gonna go wild or I think what I should have done is at retreat, had I known, I could have just like had everyone make an extra something and that could have been his treat. So we gotta make 21 of them. So if I come up with something, I will certainly take a photo and share with all of you what we come up with for Valentine's in 2 days. They have to be there on Friday. In fact, I think they'd prefer if we brought them tomorrow. All right, and so now we have to do just a little bit of stamping. That is where I'm going to add in the happy birthday from the Happy Thoughts stamp set. I'm just gonna put it on some Bumblebee because that coordinates. You could pick whatever you'd like. And then I'm gonna do a little stamping on the back too. I'll show you where that will go. And I didn't do it on the first one, so I actually have 2 to do on the back. And believe it or not, this one does not look like it fits, but I used this stamp the other day. In a pinch, I needed a label, and this is the only size I had available in the basic white cut out, because on Monday night during my Cafe Crafter Team Zoom that we do monthly, we did a mystery stamp card, which was so fun. We do that every month now. And I didn't get mine ready in advance. I was mystery stamping right along with them. And so then in a pinch, I needed that. And I thought, I don't know that does not look like it's gonna fit that little label. But look at how perfect it is on that little label. So this one, this is gonna be for my first card. I took just a 1 inch by 4 scrap that was left over. And I'm gonna put it right here. So typically, you know, if I add a little stripe, I would put it on the top, but I thought it looked cool just a little bit down, just a little bit unique. And then I can sign my name on that part. And let's go ahead and do this one as well. That way I will have 2 completed cards ready to go. I'll probably actually be handing these cards off right to my mother. She has been after me, and rightfully so. She's been asking me for some cards, like a collection of cards, since probably about October. And so finally the other day, she asked me if that was ever going to happen. So I'm thinking I will put these right in a box that I can send over to my mom. Of course, so I've been talking a lot about hockey. If you're friends with me on Facebook, and you're welcome to friend me if you'd like. If you're friends with me, you see, I've been sharing a lot about hockey. We were 5 days in a row. We have today off, or my son has today off. Although he's playing, I had to tell him to stop again playing hockey in the other room. Like I don't know what, floor hockey or whatever they call that. And my parents have to take Brody to a hockey game on Saturday. So I will probably deliver her a stack of cards on Saturday when they take him to the game, which will be great that they can take him because I have to work. And only so many people here can go to the game, which I'm so thankful that we get to go. I know there's some sports that don't. We do. But we can only have 2 people. So anything is better than nothing, though. It's great to see them play. All right, so let's go ahead and adhere this first one. So I guess what I should have been saying, so I owe her some cards anyways, if she's taking that little hockey player. And let me tell you, they don't smell the greatest when they're done. And they have to wear their equipment to and from, which if it wasn't so cold, they could get dressed in the parking lot. But it is so cold that they have to pretty much show up dressed. And then, you know, there's no containing that. But anyways, that's my little rant for the day. Okay, so let's go ahead and adhere this, and then I will finish off the front. We'll bring them both in screen. Oh, and that's what I was going to talk about at the beginning. All right, so let's talk about what's happening the rest of the week. Okay, so I have got lots to get ready for that Dragonfly garden card class that's coming up. However, there is so much to share and show, and I have got some super cool new designs that are cards that have been shared with me from some card swaps, and I have got our free with a purchase cards to show off that are good for all month. So if you do want to place an order outside of a class, you know, so if you're not interested in coming to one of the classes, absolutely fine, but you have an order, a wish list, I always have a free with a purchase set of basic cards that you can create. I just send you a picture of them and then you get to make them at home. I send them within about 3 weeks of when you place your order. As you see here, I just folded this over. And so I have all of that to show off, and you know, we don't want to go too long today. So I'm going to come back on Friday morning. I don't know the exact time just yet because I have a couple other things going on. And so it'll probably be earlier though, not 100% on that. I will let you know Friday morning. And of course you can always catch the replay. So just so much to share and show that I will be doing a share and show on Friday. Just a little bonus. You know, why am I not getting my take a pic tool out? I don't know. It's too late now, right? Okay, there we go. And so let's go ahead and adhere this. And let's put that in place down here. So I'm just, no trick. As soon as it's set up, there we go. See, look at that. How cool is that? I'm so excited about this. I don't know. Maybe my mom's only gonna get one of these. I better leave one of these out for display because I don't do things like this too much. Others people might not even believe me that this happened if they didn't see the video. All right, so again, Friday I'll do a share and show. Dragonfly garden class open until the end of today, till 10 o'clock tonight, and then it will close. What else is going on today? I think that's it. That's it. That's a lot. This tutorial will be shared again tomorrow morning in our weekly email. Okay, so I'm going to just glue dot that. I don't know why I don't have glue dots out. I keep having to open my drawer to grab some. I'll just tear off a little sheet of them. And we're almost to the part where I get to add all of those embellishments. That's probably one of my favorite things to do, is put this little cluster of all of these gems on the daisies. So for this one, I did use both the larger daisy punch and the smaller one. You know, in a card like this, you can just keep on adding stuff if you like. Just layer it up as much as you want. It's just all so pretty. And so I got 2 of each, and I used a color I had not used. I didn't even have a full sheet of it. I have to order a pack of it. Is the Mango Melody. So I've got Bumblebee and Mango Melody that is coordinating colors with the Flower and Fields paper, which really, if you look at our Flower and Fields paper, I mean, look at how many colors coordinate with that. I mean, there is so many things that work with that one. I could have used Pumpkin Pie as well, but I like the Mango Melody. And let's see, I think I got a couple left on here. And goodness, what else was I thinking today that I had to talk about? Oh, I'm thinking of, so it's been, well, we did the catalog launch in our very virtual party group. And I am planning another virtual party. So that, I don't have time in February, pretty busy in February. But beginning of March, first week of March, I'll be announcing dates and not necessarily times just yet. That's too far away. So you see, I like to do this, fold it up a little bit for my daisy. And but anyways, so we'll be doing another very virtual party coming up in March, first week of March sometime. Look at how cute that is. This is quite an outstanding project. I'm going to use some tear tape since I have so many layers on this flower. I want to make sure it's going to stick really well. Here we are. And then I will take a look at these comments before I head out for the day. And gosh, what's everyone up to the rest of the day? Here, I have to go to work tonight, but this afternoon, I'm going to tidy up some mailings. So if you had ordered in the last week, you know, like the end of January, I am working on getting the rest of January kits out this afternoon. And so in the next few days, watch your mailbox for those if you had placed an order that last week in January. Otherwise, if you've placed an order in February, you're going to be getting the free with purchase February kit if it was outside of a card class. Okay, so now here's the fun part where you really got to go crazy. So this is where you're making a card like this. We need to use some gems up. We got to get this card all bedazzled. And so I'm going to go ahead and put one here. Looks like I could have made that stand. Oh no, it's good. Yeah, it's going to fold up nice. And all right, so I'm going to put the largest rhinestone. This is our basic rhinestones. I'm using our Take a Pick tool. You see here we have the putty end. This is a must-have tool. So as you see, I have the piercing end. There is a spatula end. I love the putty end. And then we also have, there's an attachment that you can add on with a brush. This is for your die cuts, which I have some pretty exciting projects coming up where I know I'm going to need this. And then there's also a stylist as well. And there's two sides to that. So there's some really great options with the Take a Pick tool. That, as you see, I have 3 Take a Pick tools right at my fingertips all of the time. And today they're very easy to find because my whole area is nice and cleaned up. I knew with a project like today's, I should probably be straightened up. All right, so now I'm going to take the smallest basic rhinestone and just go all around the side. This is not a new concept if you've watched me use the daisies before. I don't know that I've ever... Not ever. Every once in a while, I'll add just like a regular inside to this. But if I want to make a real fancy project and I use a daisy punch, this is exactly what I do to it every single time. I think it gives it that look like I'm making a little brooch. And I don't know. I think I should bring back the brooches because I love those pearl gems that we had at Christmas time. That reminded me of a brooch. But so does this. Isn't that pretty? So I could make my own brooch if I wanted to. Just by doing that. I think it just adds something really special. All right, so here we go. That stands up nice and beautifully. Probably not the best of you in a video because now you're seeing the top of it. So I could decorate the top so that you got a nice view of it in the video. But let me bring in the other one. So now look at these 2 beautiful cards that I made in the last hour using that really easy to follow tutorial. And so if you would like to get this again, last time I'll say it, is it will go out in tomorrow morning's email. So on Thursday, let's see, it'll be Thursday, the February 11th, that this will go out. Now, if you're catching this a little bit later in the weekend, I think what I'm going to do too, because this is such an outstanding tutorial, I will do 2 again next Tuesday. So I will leave this tutorial in the email tomorrow. And then for those that subscribe before next Tuesday, it will be February 16th, you'll still be able to grab these directions. So you'll just get 2 tutorials next Tuesday. So one will be this. I'll just put it down a little bit lower in the email. And then of course there'll be a nice new fresh one as well. So I'll just take a look at the comments, see if anybody has anything to see. Goodness, I hope it wasn't blurry for anybody else. Janine said it was a little bit blurry. It looks clear on my end, so I really hope it was fine for everybody. I know internet issues can sometimes be that way. Let's see, anything else? Am I doing Hey Chick cards? I don't know yet, Connie. I don't even have the set yet. So I have one of the sets, but we'll see. I haven't decided yet. We'll see what's going on the rest of the month, but I know there's some fabulous Hey Chick set cards out there, but I don't have a class planned for February. The birthday club in February is using the strawberry, sweet strawberry bundle. But yeah, possibly in March, there might be something coming up. And yeah, looks like that is everything for today. So thank you all for watching. Again, I will be back Friday morning sometime with just a Sharon show. So I hope that you can join me Friday morning, either live or on a replay for a Sharon show. I have some great cards to show that have either been sent to me or gifted to me or that I had in a card swap. I'll go over the free with purchase cards. I'll talk a little bit more about the Zoom bingo and anything else that we got going on the rest of the month that I think you might want to know about. All right, everybody, have a fabulous day. Stay warm if you're here up in the north. And if you are in the south, soak up the sunshine for us and maybe send a little our way. Have a great day. Bye-bye.